It sounds like this way of thinking has some parallels with a category of data centers entrepreneurs that I come across in Europe that I've seen very little in the US, and that's the CoLo entrepreneurs in Europe that are all in on heat reuse, where they have like a greenhouse right next to the data center, or a pool that gets heated by the data center, or a building that gets heated by the data center, and they're effectively providing free energy.
Yeah, the objective is we're trying to drive and protect profit. So if our cost of electricity ends up flat, let's just say we're profitable at 5 cents or less per kilowatt hour, $50 per megawatt hour. If we're profitable there, and all of the sudden our business economics change, maybe that's for an AI factory, more GPUs came online, so now people are just paying less for the GPUs as a service. Or if you're a Bitcoin miner and it's the halving hit, which is every 4 years, the amount of Bitcoin that gets uh, emitted gets halved. So it's becoming more scarce over time. So that just changes business economics entirely. So if you're at a fixed power cost and all of a sudden your business economics change, now you need to find another way to protect profit. And that's where you can get better about your energy strategy, try to turn that into a revenue stream, or what else can we do with the byproducts of whatever we're making here. And we've seen Bitcoin miners who are generally, I would say, having the most pressure to fight for margin. And we've seen them actually do exactly what you say, the heat byproduct. We've seen it go to pepper farms or shrimp growing. It's a ton of interesting ways that the byproducts end up getting used. Somebody was talking about, I think it was whiskey production. There's the heat seems to be another revenue stream, and I think that Bitcoin miners are still trying to find ways to untap that, unlock that. But data centers will or could eventually be in the same boat where there's a lot of heat that comes off. What can we do with it? Let's bring somebody in and let them take the heat and do something, and now we've got a new revenue stream that helps us protect profit.
And it's exactly the two-pronged conversation that I've had with the founders, these essentially colo operators that are all in on heat reuse. Is interesting. 2 out of 3 of them come from like investment banking backgrounds. So they understand that in Europe, there's the sustainability directives and the social good part of this, but at the end of the day, it has to make financial sense as well. In the US, there's not as much push on the social benefit and the sustainability part, but who doesn't pay attention to power cost? Of course, they pay attention
Ex-
to power cost.
Exactly. I saw something very recent on LinkedIn. I think there's a moratorium on data centers in a certain part of the world over there where um, because they're so focused on sustainability that if it's just categorized as a data center, you're not going to connect and take power. And the way that people are working around that is, or working with that, I would say, is focusing more on the heat capture. So this is a source of heat that can fuel industries rather than this is just a load on the grid with no other benefit other than taking power.